All right there, Ron. Just got through finishing up your Stryker 955 for you. It's a brand new radio. We've got a upgraded echo board installed out the face for you right there. It is also modified. You know, it's not a stock echo, it's a new echo, and it's a modified board too. I mod the boards themselves to give them more fullness and, you know, bass and body. We have a full tune-out done. We've got upgraded finals. We've got a Hifi Transmit done, Hifi Recieve with a filter upgrade. We've got a 5-band internal equalizer, and we're sending it with an 878 modded microphone here, and then also a modded handheld D104. Both of them have a ferrite on the bottom of them. I ain't put one on the 878 yet. Other than that, we have a new option, a new control here. I've went through lots of different revisions of varying the voice between selectable bass, between variable bass, variable treble, multiple different options to control the voice. This one I'm calling a variable tone control, and it's probably my favorite yet. You know, I really dig on this control. All the way to the right is maximum bass, all the way to the left is maximum mids. A lot of presence. So mixing a place in between is ideal. You use like an Astatic 636, you're going to probably crank it up further because they're a very bassy microphone. Use an 878 and D104 that can pass a lot of bass. You're going to run around in here unless you just want a really heavy sound. It'll take away from your dynamics a little bit, not rolling those mids in, but it will still sound good no matter really where this variable. If you crank it wide open, you know, with the mids wide open and the bass, you know, it's not really rolling the bass off, but it's just rolling a lot of mids in there. If you crank that wide open, then it can distort a little. It can get like a high mid nasaliness, you know, just from so many mids. But yeah, somewhere around in here with the nicer style microphones. I'll just keep it up for now. Mic gain's all the way up right here. We'll go ahead and test carrier and stuff like that. So we'll check and see what we're dead keying. Looks like we got a 17 watt carrier right there. You know, maybe just a smidge above 17. We'll go ahead and cut this all the way down, and we can go all the way down to about a 1 watt carrier. You're going to end up hooking up with a 4 or 6 pill, you said, so that'll give you full range to go anywhere you need to go. And we'll go ahead and roll the carrier all the way back up. Just clean on the spectrum analyzer up, roll the carrier down, just clean on the spectrum analyzer down. I'm checking THD, not really IMD. You know, it's just a 30 megahertz span, you know, so you can kind of see the whole total harmonic distortion across the spectrum there. From there, I'm gonna go ahead and unkey this. We'll modulate it. We'll see what we are swinging up there too. All right, about to drop my phone. We are modulating to about 100 and looks like 128, 129 peak. It's like 152 on the LP 100A. Thereabouts. Bird average 100 watt scale. We are modulating to 52 bird with my tone. It'll do more with my voice, I'm sure. Anyway, 52 bird, 130 peak. Everything's kind of demonstrated there, so I'll unplug this. And let's see, what do we want to test first? Let's go ahead and test like a 636 first. And I'm going to have to hook up my headphones so I can kind of listen with you guys when I go to record this, so I can make sure that I'm setting correctly with my headphones as well. So let me grab my headphones from my monitor down here so I can listen at the same time. All right, let me plug into my line level. About forgot to plug in the line level. All right, this is my cord. This is going to plug us in to where we can hear the audio over the air and record it onto the phone. So let me scoot this over so I can get where we can see that variable. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in here. Hopefully I'm over far enough. My cord's so short.
All right, right here, my mic gain's wide open. Here, and the bass is wide open. If you listen to it, it's imploding. It's got plosives, the P's. You know, you could tell that the bass is overloaded. It's too much. So let me try to take this control and start to dial it back, and you'll hear the range, you know, kind of start to come on in there. Hello, 1, 2. There's with an Astatic 636 microphone. We can roll it a little bit further here. And I could probably back down the dynamic maybe to around 230 or so. Hello, 1, 2. Audio, breaker. Kind of rolls that up. Somewhere around in here would probably be the ideal location with the 636. Hello, 1, 2. Nothing but a trucker microphone there, breaker. All right, now I'm checking out the handheld D104. You can tell it passes the range better, even when I have the bass kind of cranked up pretty high right here. So let me back the bass down and start to add a little bit of mids up in there to where we could hear the dynamics kind of come on in, and you could hear the sound get more dynamic. It'd kind of match with the lows to get the fullness. I might have the mic gain just a tiny touch high, but anyway, you get a good idea how it sounds. It can go too far. You can crank this way, and then you can get kind of ridiculous, you know, on the mids, or you can kind of dial in to where it sounds the best. Hello, 1, 2. This is with the D104 here. I can go ahead and crank it up again on the bass there, breaker, and then back to where it's mixing properly. Hello, 1, 2. There's the D104. All right, now we're on the 878 microphone, and you can tell it has the best range of all three microphones. Now I could take and still add a little bit more mids in with the 878. We'll kind of roll it up here and get that real nice and dynamic sound right there. But you can make it anything you want with this variable tone control. You can make this dub plucker real bassy. If you kind of roll it on down in here, hello, 1, 2, breaker. You can make it too high if you roll it way up in there. And you can make there's too many mids here, or you could kind of mix it properly at a place in between. Hello, 1, 2, breaker.
With a 878 microphone, the D104, and also on a Astatic 636, so that'll give you a good idea of versatility with all of them. The D104 and the 878 I set up to run about 1230. That way you still had enough gain left over to modulate the 636 Astatic or any kind of noise canceling microphone that you needed to get enough modulation for. So somewhere around 230 with a 636 microphone, and then somewhere around 1230 with the power microphones. If you're a little more soft-spoken, then maybe a little above that. All the way to the right for maximum bass, somewhere around 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock like there to get a good mix in there. In my opinion, is going to be your best sound. Over to the left, anything further than that, it's going to be really way too much mids. There you go. Appreciate it, Rock Bass. Hope you enjoy the radio.